I'm going to introduce you to one of our customers. This is a person that you may already know. This person was the founder of Macola Software. And during his late career at Macola, he was the person that created the integration between Macola ES and Synergy. This person then retired, but had things more that he wanted to do. So he and his son created WiSys in 2005, and then he retired again. But he still had passion, and he wanted to do something more. And so he bought this company. And today he runs Boca manufacturing using Macola and Agility all day long. Who is this person? Of course, it's Bruce Hollinger.
Yeah, hello everybody. So I co-founded Boca Manufacturing with my son-in-law. So WiSys was with my son, and Boca is with my son-in-law. And the reason I went into Boca Manufacturing was I've created software systems through Macola days and WiSys days for mid-market manufacturer. And then I decided I wanted to be one. So Boca is a mid-market manufacturer of walk-in bathtubs. And we have over 20 employees, 32,000 square foot of manufacturing facility. We're over 5 million in revenue, and we manufacture about 60 to 80 tubs per month. We have a capacity of about 150 tubs per month, unless we change manufacturing operations. Now we're unique in that we create these tubs from scratch. We build the molds, we spray gel coat onto the molds, and we spray fiberglass onto them. So the tech stack, what do we use here? So we use, Bob kind of explained Macola software. We're an M10 user, so we also have integrated Synergy. And because we sell these tubs to the consumer, even through dealers, we have to generate consumer leads. So we have a pretty significant CRM system that we run through Synergy. We use Agility Web or AWE quite a bit. We use Agility Desktop or Agility Explorer, AE. We use the 360 scanners a lot. So like all the production transactions either happen on the floor or happen on the web. We don't use Macola at all. And we're using POP Plus. And when you use POP Plus, you really need to keep your transactions done through the WiSys objects. So we don't run any labor, but we do want to make sure our cost accounting works. We like to drive the production of consumed components to WIP, and then we finish off when we close the work order, so that finished goods are pushed to COGS in a standard cost environment. And we also use Event Manager a lot, but mostly Event Manager is used in our CRM processes. Although I use Event Manager to generate statements, AR statements to the dealers. That fires off on Monday night at 5 o'clock. And that has helped a lot, and collections. So this is Synergy, and in Synergy, we use the widgets sometimes to do our processing or look at data. So this is our production work order grid. You notice that we have different check marks here that shows the level of operations done. These are just extra fields that that we expose and use just to create those billions. And so if I want to look at an order, so this is the production order and this is the order. They're tied together. We're a make to order shop. So if I look at an order, sometimes we'll just use the Synergy grids or count cards. This is an order card to show the data, if it's robust enough and it fits our needs. So we also, here's the customer card of the tub owner. all tubs here are defined by the tub owner, not the production order. So we always refer to them by their last name. The other thing I wanted to show you is POs and receiving. So these are our PO orders that are outstanding. I want to go to Balboa Group because I'm going to use this particular item as an example. And this is an ozonator. So we buy our pumps and ozonators and some other things from Balboa. We buy different components from different people, different vendors, obviously. And I have a quantity 10 and a quantity on order at 10, left on order is 10. And then I've got a quantity to receive is 0. So I can do the receiving in here. We only do that when we get a packing slip and somebody has not done the receiving on the plant floor, which could be for a lot of reasons. It could be they're sick. It could be, it's just that's how the process ended up. But we do both. So we just have, we just want to make sure that the receivings are done because we run a perpetual inventory here. Before I go to the receiving, I want to do this MLI view. So you notice like all these things have Boca in front of them. We've made slight changes to match our environment. For example, here you'll see that there's a type, and so we exposed a user field on the bin table, and we've identified things as picking and overstock. And this has a lot to do with driving, how we decide what bin we're going to use and manage letdown processes. So I just wanted to make that clear. There are multi-bin, and we have identified attributes to our bins. So this is like the receiving I do on the gun. And I just shot that item. And, then typically I will shoot 10. In this case, I'm just going to look up and you'll see the same kind of type here. So I would probably put it in the overstock. But you would just put the bin in, the quantity, and then do the post. It's very efficient if you're on the floor and you're trying to get your processes done. And we use these Android guns. I just went on Amazon and found these. It's basically an Android phone sitting on a gun handle. It's got a ruggedized case around it, and we've been using these in our plant, and our plant's concrete floor like most plants, and we haven't lost a single gun. Everybody loves these guns. So I got about 5 of them. They're fairly inexpensive. And this has to do with the fact that, 360 supports these Android devices, and they'll run on any Android operating system past 8+. So you just got to make sure they're 8+, and you're good to go. And then I want to go through the production order process. So we put in orders in Macola. And even in Macola, we've made some slight modifications to the screens and using VBA. So, I mean, both Macola and Agility are designed to be extensible. And, the bin type is actually on the bin screen in Macola. So the integration to the people here looks like that was just how Macola came out of the box. And that's the kind of fluidity you want. And so once you do the orders, then, this list of work orders only reflects what needs to be created. And so this is the beauty of kind of doing things in Agility is you can just give your employees only the data they need to see to get their job done. But if they want to drill down, and I have drill downs in a lot of places, they can. So you would just select all these, and then you would just do the create, and that's going to create production orders using the Macola objects. So we create work orders on the desktop, but basically these are the work orders that haven't been reported yet. This is what I'm reporting, and then I would just post that, and then it would backflush all the materials to WIP. This is not a finished good process. I think I showed you some of the check boxes. There's a couple of processes where I can stop and do a report and backflush in the production work center processes. So what that does is it keeps a short period of time where, I've pulled goods out of stock and I haven't reported them as being consumed. But this is the best way we found to run instead of manually shooting all the components, which are quite a few. And it's worked quite well, and it's helped us keep a perpetual inventory. Our inventories are running about, I think last year I only had a 2% error in inventory. So that would close production orders. This is a complete close. When I close the production order, that's when I'm pushing the final WIP, closing out the WIP on the balance sheet, and then pushing the variance, which is the actual total roll-up cost, to COGS on my financials. So that just happens, and so I'm producing orders and invoicing them at the same time, and everything matches from revenue to COGS. And so this is like a dashboard that we use, and we use a lot of dashboards here, and we use them interactively. So this is the number of tubs we've sold so far this month, and this is the dealer network and what they have sold so far. And clearly, Easy Step is my biggest seller right now, and then I want to know what they're selling, and what more importantly, I want to know the source. So this is the CRM side where everything gets tied to the source. The prospects come into sources. When the orders are put in for the dealers, we look for the customer in the prospect list, and then we convert the prospect to a customer in Macola. And therefore, we've got perfect closing ratios on all of our component, and those dashboards that we use extensively to analyze our CRM performance.
Is it easy to create a dashboard, Bruce?
Really, the only thing about a dashboard is SQL, right? I mean, you just need to write a lot of SQL. That's true of the entire agility. I don't care what you're doing, grids or what you're doing. Everything comes down to SQL. And, a lot of people do a lot of complex SQL in Crystal and have lots of Crystal reports. So, that has to do with just understanding the Macola table structure. And so, if you know SQL and you know what you're looking for, a dashboard is so fast. It's probably the easiest thing to produce of any of the components in the agility universe.
Thank you, Bruce.
That was fun. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. Great to see you. Again, if you want to call me directly, here are my details to pick up the phone or email me. That'd be great.